Hello, Flosstube.
Greetings.
I'm Laura.
I'm Joe.
Welcome to the Slovak Farm.
This is the farm where we grow cross-stitch.
One stitch at a time. Today is Monday, April 13th.
It's been a Monday.
It has been a Monday. It's been a Monday. How is everybody today on this Monday of Mondays? We have had a Monday. Both of us have had a Monday.
We have been together in the same room for 15 minutes, not even.
Yeah, if that. Yeah, I got told this morning that I was supposed to be taking care of something tomorrow that I was not informed of. That, oh, but you were supposed to. No, you didn't tell me that. Okay, whatever. From now on, you're gonna have to put every single thing you request of me in writing, lady.
Hey, hon.
What?
I do that at work all the time.
I'm seriously gonna tell her to either send me a text or send me an email. With all of it detailed, so I have it in writing.
Yeah, I would do email with Joyce and why. When she complains, you can forward it to her and to the priest.
Pretty much.
I'm sorry. Due to some people doing bad faith stuff at one of my old jobs, that I got, basically they verbally asked us to do stuff, but because nobody signed any paperwork, they didn't pay for it. And ever since that little trick got pulled, it's always been a rule of mine that if you want me to do something, especially if it wasn't originally agreed upon, I want it in an email from your email address before I do it.
Yep. It's kind of been a little bumpy ever since, I'm not gonna lie, Friday was kind of where the speed bumps in life started, where the speed bumps hit. I didn't get something communicated to me that was supposed to be communicated to me, and yeah, from the church, and then trying to figure out other stuff, and yeah, it's gonna be a busy summer. And the plants that I picked up for the church for Easter all have bugs on them, which is not good.
Is there anything in your car?
No, at this point it would have frozen because we got some seriously low temperatures over the week. It was, so, the good news is the company that we got the flowers from credited us. I just need to get the email that has the updated invoice so I can give it to the office so that they can give me a new check, because the diocese has decided to change the way everybody does all of their money situation with all of the various groups within the church, so it's making it very complicated for me, being in charge of multiple things.
They just need to make the Laura committee.
Just give me my own credit card. Just give me a credit card.
I've been saying that for how long now?
I don't think the diocese will let them. I don't think the diocese will let them. But it would be nice, Alright. Well, so, yeah, how was your 2 weeks? Because ours was a little bumpy. We did have a good time on Saturday.
We had a good time on Friday, too.
We did. We had a good time on Friday. We had a good time on Saturday. Saturday we had a meeting out in Medina for the America 250 thing that we're doing this summer, and then we decided to go to lunch at the pizza place, and I was tormenting my nieces, and then we were joking about I was joking about getting bubble tea, and Joe goes, I've never had bubble tea. So I said, well, let's go get some if you would like to try it. So we went to the used bookstore and got some books because I wanted some books. I actually have been on a mission. I have a list in my purse of some books that I want to find. Some of them are for my niece. Some of them are for my niece. Most of them are for myself. But I have a list. I need to write a few other ones down. But apparently, Laura didn't realize this was a thing. I need to look up books and their trigger warnings when I get book recommendations off of social media, because apparently now the thing to do with dark romance books is forced adult content.
Seriously?
Yes, I was told very emphatically not to read a certain book. Was not told why, but just kind of went, okay, I won't read it. I trust your judgment on my opinion on things, because the friend that told me not to read it, like, I trust their opinion. Like, I trust their opinion. I trust their judgment on what they think I would be, like, as far as books, because we've talked about this. So there was a conversation with some other friends about said book, and I was like, I was told by someone that I should not particularly read that. And they're all like, why? So I told them, and I said, well, I don't know. I said, I just know that I was told not to. So then I did some Googling and found out why. And I went, oh, that would be why. Because it's a little... And one of the other friends chimed in and goes, yeah, if they're telling you not to read it, don't read it, Laura, because you're not going to like it, probably. I said, that's good to know. I said, because it was on my list of things that I wanted to read. And so then friend that said, that backed up other... So friend that backed up the friend that originally told me not to read the book said, ask them about this book, if they've read it, and if they have, if they think you'll be okay with it, because that book can be a little much too. I was told that book is fine. But yeah, apparently now I have to read trigger warnings on books. And there's one particular author who's very popular who I cannot read any of her books because the trigger warnings are mostly for adult content.
Why? I mean, I get it as a part of a thing to demonstrate somebody's bad, but it's never in detail. It's just talking about them doing it, or the women crying as the door closes. Why are we going into detail about this crap?
And, like, I don't necessarily, like, I have read books where someone a character has, that the attempt has been made. I have read a book where one of the main characters was in a forced adult content relationship by way of, it was like, but it wasn't done in a way that I would find offensive. But what I have found online about a certain particular author, it would be offensive to me. So, anyways, that was a little bunny hill of content. I never knew I would have to do such a thing. Like, I never in my life.
I love you. I know I always have to do that because anime is bad. Some anime is bad.
So now I have to go through my Amazon list of books that I have on wish listed and see if any of them have content trigger warnings, because that's apparently the thing. I remember what I wanted to show you for haul. I'll grab it here in a minute. But so we went to the used bookstore. I did find a book, one of the books for Caitlin. I'm dwindling down the list. My niece gave me for books. I probably will not get the last 3 before I see her again. Before I see her in a couple of weekends. But that's okay. And then I found 2 books that I wanted. One of them I have already technically read the book because I did the audio book. It is Lilac Girls by Megan Hall Kelly, I think is her name. And the other one is Lost Roses, which Lilac Girls is a World War II story, and Lost Roses is a World War I story. There's one more in her set that's a Civil War one. I really want to find that one. So then we went and got Bobo, and I decided, since we were right across the street from the caramel apple place, I was going to get caramel apples. And I was being evil to my nieces and sending them pictures.
Can I complain about my thing now? You were on a roll.
I was on a roll. Yes, you can complain about your thing.
Found a store that sells geek stuff. The price of Disney lightsabers. Oh my god. I'm not going to say how much. I don't know if that's the list price or what this place was. But they also had, like, used toys. And the toys that I grew up with are now extremely expensive.
Seriously, yo?
They had a Power Rangers SPD and Power Rangers Time Force Megazords for $400. The thing is, it's only a 5 times markup.
Well,
those toys were expensive.
They were expensive originally, but so.
Well, they were actually, that might be adjusted for inflation with how everything's gone, because they are 20 years old, $80.
Well, this is true. That might be adjusted for inflation.
Still used, but still, like they were like, "Oh, you were so infused when you came in. Why didn't you buy anything?" Have you ever had to stop?
I can't afford it.
And breathe and find a way of changing all of the swear words into "I'm in polite company"? Because that hurt. And I just said, I don't have enough room in my bank account for anything in here I want.
Right.
And they were also making comments about opening up your wallet, and I'm sitting here like, really? Like, this is not a nice... Like, how do I put this? The building doesn't match the prices.
Well, yeah. It wasn't very nicely set up and displayed. It really, I mean, it was okay, but it was kind of weird. I mean, I found they have like a plethora of fandom stickers, which I enjoyed, and if I'm ever out roaming Medina Public Square, I may pop in there and look at the sticker collection, but...
Yeah, I think that place was basically, it was a toy collector store.
Probably. And I know at some point this summer I'll probably be roaming Medina Square because someone wants to explore the square when the weather is nice.
All I know is because I was actually going to look at the lightsabers and look at you and go, my birthday's coming up. Not for that much money.
Not for $300. I set the price.
Okay.
Moving along.
Can we get this? We're 13 minutes in. Let's talk about stitching.
Yes, and I don't have it pulled up to do shout-outs for...
Oh, well, moving on. Thank you for commenting.
Thank you for watching. Thank you for commenting if you commented. Have you ever paid an outrageous price for something you really, really wanted? Like... Have you ever gone, I'm spending way too much on this, but I do not care?
Or have you been in the boat I'm in where it's something like, I don't know, an out-of-print pattern or something, where you look at the price and go, that retailed for $20, why do you want $200? Because a lot of that stuff, yes, was it in good condition? But it's like, I'm not a toy collector. Those are collector prices. For that much money, I figured there'd be gold on the door.
Right.
Because that does not look like the door to a place you come in when you have $400 in your pocket.
Well,
sorry, it doesn't.
Have I ever paid? I think I not outrageous prices, but I definitely think there's one or two things where I thought, I'm probably paying more for this than I should, but I don't care because I want it.
Eggs.
Eggs. I do not buy a lot of eggs.
Well, I think we should pause here. You go get what you want. I'm going to go feed Mr. Meow Meow.
Okay, sounds good. And we're back.
Yay!
Let's get into the stitching. I probably won't have before and after before pictures, and I definitely don't have stitch counts.
I got squat. Your turn.
I mean, I'm. It's just, it is what it is at this point with not having stitch counts and pictures. If I get them, I get them. If I don't, I don't. Life has been a lot lately, so. We will start with, I guess we'll start with this. We will start with the finish. I finished. I'm. The sun is not making it very picture friendly. Yeah. No, it's that window.
Ah, that was the side. Bad.
Yeah, no, it's this side. It's the front window. But Love is Love by Jan Hicks Crates is finished. I am hoping to possibly see the person this is being gifted to this week, but I'm not entirely certain. I haven't heard I'm not yet, so.
Leave that where I can find it, because I know exactly what's going to happen.
What?
Joe, can you bring that over? I forgot it.
No. I'll get into that later with you at home. Or, just us. Okay, so then I finished that up on Easter weekend, and I just went through Easter weekend with that because Easter weekend was because of the church.
Everything was blah, blah, blah,
So, and then the Monday after Easter was my birthday, so I decided what fun it would be to take, not just like, pull kits from birthday starts, but let people pick projects for birthday start. So Joe got to pick the first one, the one that I started on my actual birthday, and he picked my newest Tapestry Marketplace stamped kit, which is called Steampunk Kate. I don't know why they gave her a name, but
probably because they get getting yelled at.
Probably. And this is what I have done, which is basically this. It's just background. I choked through some background. The way the threads are separated, they're like on little cards like this. And there's only probably like a skein's worth. This will be easier to see. There are only cards like this. And there's probably only a skein's worth on that little card. So I figure I'll finish up a card of, and there's a bunch of them for the background. So I'll finish up a card of the background color, and then maybe work on some of her fur, some of the rest of her, and then switch back and forth, because I am not going to lie. So after I got done stitching on her for the week of birthday, no, I stitched on this before I started her on my birthday because I got Love is Love done and I needed to finish off some stitches on a prompt, and then used this as my Sal full coverage for one of the weeks, and then Joe picked out Steampunk Kate, so, but I worked on my stamped heart succulent.
This is just going to be an irritating time of the year, I think, to do videos.
It is. And what I realized is saving the background for last stinks. All of you who do full coverage are like, yeah, we could have told you that, Laura. So I did get a good chunk of it done down to here. So as you can see, I just have this to finish. So that's when I decided for Steampunk Kate, I was going to do a bit of background and do like a week's worth of prompts on her, and then do some more background. And I may switch it up next time I pull Steampunk Kate out to work on her, and just start doing some non-background, and just switch it when I have her out for a week. We'll see. There it goes. I worked on all stamped kits last week. I just now, like, that just registered in my brain. Because I took out my yearly project, one of my yearly projects, and it is European Town, the stamped kit. I worked on all of my stamped kits last week. Well, not all of them, but a bunch of stamped kits last week. Everybody finds these so fascinating because of how they are. I'm not going to unroll this monster, but here we are on European Town. I worked some more over here in the trees, and then it kind of went over into this first house, some windowage. We are getting there. This is going to take me forever to work on because it is ginormous.
I like big whips and cannot lie.
Yes, I like big whips and big whips. Yeah. So that has been the stitching for the week. We're moving things around. Haul, y'all.
Yeehaw!
Yeehaw. Wednesday the 1st was MNG Day, MNG night. So one of the members came over to me and said, you know, I know you do the mirabilias. Do you want this mirabilia? And this is going to be a shocker to some of you because I don't normally do the mermaids, but it is Mermaid of Atlantis. It is one of the mermaids. I know I don't normally do mermaids, but she is very pretty and I actually do like her. So I took her and we will add her to the collection. Will I ever stitch all of the mirabilias I own? Probably not. Do I care? Also no. And then we'll get to birthday stuff in a minute. And then Thursday of last week was EGA Day, and there was a bunch of little, the little freebies from the UK cross stitch magazine. Somebody had, just kind of gifted a bunch of those to the freebie table, so I picked some up. This is a little lighthouse bookmark. This is hot air balloons. They say up, up, and away. How cute. Those are both kits, and these are both little, leaflets. These are adorable. They're Father's Day themed, but you can't really tell the gender of the animals, so they're cute. There's owls, a pig, doggies, and a bear. Some little Christmas bits. And then some doors and wreaths. I don't know. I thought it was cute. Okay. There we go. So that's the freebie stuff that I brought home from the various groups. And then the birthday haul. Would you like me to start with your gifts or the niece's gifts?
Do the nieces.
Okay, so if you have a sensibility about not polite words, why are you watching our channel? Just, maybe look away for a little bit, for a minute.
And if you don't give a shit, here you go.
If you don't, I won't say the words in case you have sensibility, but
I already did say one of them.
my nieces decided to send me my nieces always, get me or send me a birthday present, which I think is wonderful and great. And they get me, and lately they've been getting me craft kits, and these take the cake. They will have to work really hard to outdo themselves next year. My nieces, the oldest just turned 15 on the same day I had my birthday, and the youngest is 12. There are two of them. These are what they picked out for me. They are embroidery designs. They are not cross stitch. They are embroidery. They're surface embroidery. So, yes, it does say that word. It will get progressively worse. And the last one. I opened this. They wanted a video of me opening it, like raw opening it without seeing what it was. And they were packed like this with the F-bomb hidden. I cackled when I pulled that one out of the middle, and of course instantly took a picture of them and sent them to several friends and said, apparently Aunt Laura has a theme. Apparently Aunt Laura has a theme. So, additional birthday haul. One thing is not crafting related. In addition to getting me a beautiful, lovely ice cream cake that we demolished.
That was let's just say it was a journey on my way home from work, because the first idea didn't work, the second place didn't have one, and luckily the third place, her birthday was their first day open. They weren't supposed to be selling the cakes, but he decided to quickly decorate it for me, because I'm like, oh my God, it's my wife's birthday. You're my only hope.
You're my last hope. Okay, so the first book Joe got me is Easy Crochet Dishcloths. Very cute, very lovely, very wonderful. I am very excited to try some of these. And then he got me the Shadow and Bone box set.
I had no idea she'd like it this much. I just knew she liked it.
I have been wanting these books for probably since I first discovered the series 3 years ago. I have wanted these books. Very disappointed that the series did not continue. But very excited. The Netflix series did not continue. But very excited to read the books. I will probably start I have been wanting to start the first book, Shadow and Bone, since I opened them last week, but I haven't had time. So maybe this week I'll sit down and chug through some of it. So that's 2 weeks worth of haul. 2 meetings, birthday, yeah. That's why there's a lot today. Plans. Do you have any plans for stitching?
Yes, I actually want to try doing the background on my thing, and also I give up on Daily 30. I think I might leave the group. Daily 30 murders my bug.
Okay.
It's just any kind of added pressure with stitching kills it.
It's, well, and that's fine, but there is no pressure, so it's fine. We'll see how we go on that. So I presented my Zoom group buddies, our little Facebook chat Zoom group buddies, with a litany of kits in potentia that I would like to start for my birthday, and told them to pick one. And they chose this Busilla kit. It is called Southern Bells. Copyright 2009.
Can I be a smart?
It's not quite 20 years old.
Can I be a smart butt?
What?
I thought this was a Southern Belle.
No, that's cowbell.
Exactly.
So,
the country boys always complaining about their cows.
I have had issues in the past with Busilla kits. However, this is a 2009 copyright, so I think this might be of the era where I didn't have problems with Busilla kits. So we shall see. Okay, I accidentally turned the camera off. Luckily, there wasn't a whole lot after I was showing the Busilla kit and talking about hoping that it's from the era where I didn't have issues with the Busilla kits. All that to say, So Beth Ann and I are starting a Long Dog Sampler cross-stitch weekend that says something to the effect of, I wish I lived in slightly less interesting times. It was a freebie about a month and a half ago. I think it's still available on Long Dog's website. I will link it below if I remember to. I will link it below so you guys can see it. So we will be starting that cross-stitch weekend, which is the 24th, 25th, and the 26th. And so that leaves me next week before that, for a project to pick. I have to have a very interesting conversation with my non-cross-stitching buddy about why I want them to pick out a project, and here are your choices. They already know I'm weird. I mean, at this point, they know I'm weird.
Honey, I love you.
What?
But they're going to view this as Tuesday.
This is true.
Have you met you?
This is very true. Like, it's just to let you think I'm weirder.
Lay down, we'll get you in a second, okay?
Because, make you think I'm weirder than I already am. Or confirm that I'm weirder than you already think I am. Anyways, they are a crafty person, so, like, it's not out of the realm of anything for them. It's just amusing. So, yeah, next week's project is going to be a surprise to all of us. So, yeah, that's all we have. That's all I got for this week.
Can I say something funny?
What?
If you include these, I think they're going to pick one of those.
I think they would. I think they would.
I actually have my money on which one of them they would pick.
Probably the one with the F word on it.
Yeah!
Because that comes out of my mouth frequently. And, yeah. They would probably pick one of those. These are not options. They did not realize that, like, such things existed in embroidery until meeting me. I said, there is a whole, like, sub-genre of this.
Honey.
What?
I did a thing one time. There are projects out there that I don't know who the heck picked this stuff up, but yeah.
Yeah, I've seen some pretty out there projects, so. Alright. Well, that's all we have for the week. 2 weeks. What do we want those people watching to do?
Have a lovely 2 weeks. And hopefully your dog and cat doesn't drive you nuts like ours are driving ours nuts. Please like, comment, subscribe, bell thing, all the YouTube things.
Thank you all so much for watching. Thank you for spending some time with us today. We hope you enjoyed yourself. We hope you were entertained. And we hope to see you back in 2 weeks. Bye!
Bye, bye, bye.